Katfish. Ray had his baby this morning, y'all. So let's say goodbye to Ray and his family as a beautiful baby boy. And make some noise for Katfish because he's shooting the cat back there, y'all. And we got one more for you, Winnie! I cannot fucking hear you!
My fiance got pregnant with our second child, and we were due to have the baby April 21st.
The morning of the show that we're supposed to play in Phoenix, he gets a phone call from the family doctor, and they say, you need to come right away. It's an emergency. The baby's coming. This was 3 or 4 weeks before the due date.
They had to take the baby out. Obviously, life stops, you know, no matter what you're doing for your family. So
we didn't know if we were going to do the show, honestly. I reassured Ray, go be with your family, because in this band, everybody's family comes first. That's the most important thing.
Most techs can't fill in a show for anyone. Abel, on the other hand, was always joking. You know, he's been a humongous Korn fan since Korn 1 came out. And the big running joke was, hey man, like, if you happen to sprain your ankle or happen to get real sick, I'm going to fill in for you. And we're, you know, I'm thinking, hey man, I don't doubt you could.
Ray found out that his baby was coming on certain dates, so Abel started rehearsing just in case. You know, you never know. So he's like, man, that'd be cool. I want to play. And I told him, I go, I'm going to pray for you that he has the baby early or something and you get to play a show with us.
I've been working for Korn for several years. All these guys, they're just like my big brothers, and I'd do anything for them, you know. I'd travel the world with them, been around the globe several times, and I started finding these rehearsal studios that I could go practice at on our days off during the tour and keep my chops up. And it was the best idea I've ever had.
When he woke up that day, he learned that you're going to be playing the show.
I'm woken up by the tour manager, and he says, Aspen's going into labor, Ray's flying home. And I said, oh, okay, cool. And I lay back down, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God.
We went to a recording studio in Phoenix. It was called the Salt Mine.
And we started rehearsing the songs and he nailed them.
Literally, we got back 30 minutes before the show so he could set up the kit and then jump up there and play the show.
I remember sitting in the hospital with my girl and looking at the clock going, uh-oh, they're going on at 15 minutes.
At this time, he's so exhausted, he probably has adrenaline, anxiety, nervous, and all mishmashed together, more mixed up than a milkshake.
That whole day I was just a ball of nerves. I swear I had an ulcer. I had a knot in my gut the whole day and for weeks after.
So when we went out there, I kept on reassuring him. I was like, dude, it's going to be awesome.
It was a lot of fun to see him up there. You don't really want something like that to happen, but if you do have an opportunity, you got to seize it the moment.
God, I told you, fool. I prayed for you. Now you're on the stage. Prayers work, see?
I can't imagine like being on the other side and then filling in for someone in front of 30,000 people, you know.
You're my company, it's the body, money, anything. You're my company, it's the body, money, going to sex. You're my company, it's the body, money, going to sex. You're my company, it's the body, money, I'm just a pretty boy. I'm not about to fuck a girl. I'm just a pretty boy living in this fucked up world. I'm just a pretty...
I'm looking down and I'm looking at the backs of these 4 guys, these legends. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm playing with Korn right now. 20 years after I became a fan from the first album, I'm sitting here, 3rd time that they've ever played this album front to back. It was crazy. I was scared to death because the whole show's riding on me. But, you know, the scariest thing was the fact that Aspen delivered Beck 4 weeks early. To picture them going through what they were going through was way more intense than playing this show.
I'm very proud of him. There's not a lot of people that can jump up there and do that sort of thing and have the balls to do it and do it well.
He carried the show and he jammed it with us. Abel for president.
I played that show almost a year to the day. That kid's birthday is a birthday I'll never forget.
I'd love to see him in the next few years get a big gig now that he proved that he can play in front of 30,000 people on a big deck with a legendary band.
I see him going on finding a band that's already successful, as they would be so lucky to have him in that band because he loves music, he lives and breathes it just like the guy he works for.
Now I gotta tear this shit down.